Live stream here on Twitch and lichess. Acerbate, what's up with the Raiders? The Los Angeles Raiders are in the chat. What's up, JCS? Good to see you. Comment here from JCS was, I'm starting to think that the phrase, now it's all a matter of technique, is propaganda used by elite chess authors. Fake news propagated by the far-right chess media. That's right, JCS. I think you got it right, yeah. My technique is not my concern. My lack of ability to calculate 2 or 3 moves deep over the board seems to be a problem. Well, I actually have the ability to calculate 2 or 3 moves deep, but it seems like the problem is that I don't do it when I need to. You know, that's an issue. All right, anyway, well, this week we'll be more careful. Do you consider double isolated pawns 1 island or 2 islands? That's a good one. Never really thought about it, JCS. It's more like a lava tube. All right, let's go to the beach and get some games. Nils is here on time. Thought I was going to get a break, get some innocent victim from the lobby. I love to start out late like that. This guy's, look, he's tanked his rating. He's 1746. Didn't he used to be like 1800 or something? He's 1960 in rapid. All right. I guess he was always 17 something, 19 something, 18 something, in that range. All right, Nils, what's up, man? At least you don't get white today. I'm starting out lazy. Not awake yet. Very bad jet lag. Just started to kick in. I was sleeping pretty well until last night, and then it just went completely crazy. You guys love when I make excuses. All right, Grunfeld. Done with the Grunfeld. What am I going to get here? Like a reverse King's Indian if I do this. Knight c6 is a good move here. I've faced that before. You're in the 2 islands camp? You think 2? Are you kidding me? I think it's 1 island or a lava tube. One or the other. There's something about a guy in Hawaii falling into a lava tube in his yard. That sounds like fun. Built-in theme park. I know that's sort of dark humor. E4, Knight c6. Nils is willing to play a Fianchetto King's Indian with clutch reverse. You didn't even play do you play the Fianchetto variation of the King's Indian? Is that your normal repertoire, really? I thought you played something else. Man of very flexible. The man who knows his openings. Flexible ability here. What am I going to do? I don't really play this much these days. Never really did, actually. I play the King's Indian. How can I exploit the fact that I'm a tempo up here versus normal lines? I wonder. Difficult to do. Juicebox Wizard. What's up? Where are you? Which Southeast Asian country are you in now? Alright, standard King's Indian formation. I've given up my central strong point, which is classic concession. Help me wake up, guys. Some droning alarms or something. Good coffee. I wish I had like 2 or 3 coffees right now. That might do the trick temporarily. That's a weird looking move. Into b6, inducing knight c4. Not sure it does anything. Interesting. It means knight hanging. Just no brain. Better to play without a brain. He's currently in Cambodia. I thought he was in Thailand too. It's like, we can't keep up with you, man. Perfectly logical setup here by Black. Yeah, we thought you were in Thailand the last time you were on the stream. We thought you were in Thailand. Knight e3 or knight e5? Knight e5. b5 is a radically aggressive move. You'd think it would weaken something somewhere. The long diagonal. Aznem Sami. It's Hungarian for that doesn't count. No tactics. c4. No, it's not working. So what are you doing there, Juicebox? You have a job? Not that you have to have a job. I'm not your mother. I'm just kind of wondering. How do you keep yourself occupied? c4, knight f6, knight takes f7. Knight takes f7 is a pipe dream. You've been applying for jobs? How's the job market in Cambodia? Are you considered skilled labor? All right. The only thing he's got the slight weakness of f7. Knight f7, king f7, queen e6 check, king f8, bishop g5. Looks like there's probably multiple defenses for Black there. Maybe not. Could just simply play rook e8. You guys get to hear the Hungarian ambulances. I kind of miss it. It's so much better than landscaping sounds. lawnmowers. If I heard another lawnmower, I was gonna like commit suicide. It was enough. I permanently banned lawnmowers from my life. $3,000 to $4,000 a month. $3,000 to $4,000 a month. When you say teachers, what are you teaching? Of course, it's a huge paycheck, man. I mean, I live in a country where most people make like less than $20,000 a year. It's hard to believe it would be better there. Knight takes f7. King f7, queen e6 check. Hard to believe you could even make that much, honestly. For me. You're besting my chess teacher salary. Okay. This was a kind of unsound sacrifice, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Was it? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe, baby. And this is like a god. He's a freaking god. Can you imagine if he was good tactically? Like he is strategically? How deadly he would be? Man, it's brutal. This is just unsound. I mean, I think that Nils's just better here. I have 2 pawns for a piece. The fact that his king is slightly open is not enough. I was just like, didn't have another idea what to do. Oh, maybe he'll like mess this up, you know, because it's a little bit unclear or something. Look. Computer says I'm actually winning. What? No. After rook d7, I'm winning? Wow, that's crazy. I thought I didn't have enough compensation here. It's true, dude. It's true. Why is Stockfish saying 0? Is it something about Firefox? Or it's just slow? It's slow to load the actual evaluation. So you can pick knight f5 or rook e8, Nils, and either way you're slightly better. Maybe more than slightly better. I don't have enough compensation there. But he played rook d7. That's unbelievable that you're lost after that. Damn, dude. I'm a genius. I found rook on bd1. There's no defense to rook on bd1 because bishop d4, bishop h6 check is like resigns. That's sick. It's pretty sick. This is just totally winning after rook d1. Wow. I felt like I played a cheapo or something, but actually you're just like lost by force after rook bd1. Because there's just no move. I mean, I interpose bishop takes e7 check if you take on d1. But that's messed up. I mean, you just play like knight f5 and I don't have enough compensation. Or rook e8. Actually, knight f5, what am I talking about? Rook e8. It's just a sort of bluff, man. Bluffed Nils again. You know what? There's a lot of people that are too lazy to do tactics. I get that a lot. Some of the people that I work with just refuse to do tactics. They're like, no, I'm not going to do tactics. It doesn't matter. You know, I'm like, look, you got to calculate. Nope. It's possible to win without tactics if you look at the games of like Petrosian. But even there, like, even if you're like almost as good as Petrosian or something, you still have to calculate some tactics, you know. You can't completely avoid it. Igor Icorn. Unicorn 99 made me say Igor. I'm also tactically like an 1800 for my opponent, you know. I see tactics for myself like a 2400, but I seem to see opponent tactics like I'm 1800 currently for some reason. I see them after I made my move. I mean, I actually don't, you know, I never really did a lot of tactic problems here and there. It's kind of like endgames. I learned it by playing a lot of Blitz and by playing. I studied endgames to some extent. Never extensively. Tactics, same thing. I learn more by playing than by study. Good morning, Vietnam. Good morning, Europe. Nobody from Vietnam here. Maybe Cambodia. No problem at all. Weird to hear you find strategy more exciting than tactics. It always depends, you know, no problem at all. It always depends. I think tactics are less interesting, you know, tactics. It's like when I studied economics in college, I liked the theory part, but I didn't like the actual like doing problems and the technical sort of math aspect of it. And that's why I ended up discontinuing studies in economics. I don't like doing homework problems, you know. Let's play this. I haven't played this in years. Years ago, I played this variation for a while. I remember there was a certain little kid named Hikaru Nakamura who slimily drew me from a pawn down position. Alright, so this is like main line. I haven't played this in ages. Literally. I have to be careful because I'll get it confused with the variation that I actually play. This is right, isn't it? When you played an insane amount of chess, I was able to beat 1300s blindfolded. They were blindfolded too. All right. I'm not sure if I'm better at tactics or strategy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying like which I actually like more, you know. I feel more interested in the strategic side of the game. All right, so this is like still book. Whoever Unicorn 99 is, do we know who this is? I don't remember. Conspiracy theories, anyone? About Unicorn 99? Was he 2300 in Bullet before we played this guy? He reappeared when I started streaming here from Europe again. But I can't really place when we started playing him. It was long ago in a star system far away. I get like one game with some guy and I'm like, he's 2000. I'm like, okay, well, I'll play the bishop e7 rouser. I mean, I literally haven't studied this in 20 years. I didn't assume my opponent would know the theory this well. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. G4. I'm getting a little bit concerned. Of course I don't know what I'm doing. If bishop c6, what's bothering me? What's bothering me? That's what's bothering me. It's very hard to imagine how black can really eliminate the power of that bishop on b3. I assume h6, h4, he sacrifices a piece. I don't really have a better suggestion. Any conspiracy theories? The Chess Poets community. The Dead Chess Poets Society. What am I doing? Does anybody know? Not really. Not really. I don't have a move, really. b5, maybe? Alright, this came to me pretty late. Clearly, you could play a3 at the very least. Who is this guy? He's not a subscriber. E5 wasn't what I expected. I thought he was playing for f5. Because it might just like win a piece or something if I'm not careful. Okay. Well, it looks like I'm okay here. Bishop c6. Queen f4. What if I just played like knight d5? Now I'm just slightly worse. I mean, who is this guy? I have 10.5, 3.5 apparently. I don't really remember. But why is he so high in bullet? Extremely strong in bullet. You need a structural engineer. I'm just getting crushed strategically now. Stopping my only source of counterplay. And the moves just keep coming insanely fast, too. Lucky if I'm not lost here. It's 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. I'm suffering the pangs of jet lag. Well, he certainly is fast and strong. I can say that. Guys, thanks for your support, donations. Mr. Slowhand particularly. I don't want to get back rank mated. That much I know. Check out the endgame technique. Does anybody remember who this player is? I have the faint feeling he might be from like Central or South America. I thought. Now I can't remember where he's from or what his deal is. Got no problem with speed. Not the easiest endgame to win here. Finally gave way there. Look at the pretty pony. Wow. Not really satisfied with this game. It's a nice finish, but the opening and the middle game, it wasn't really good. I have a very bad feeling about my position there. Not one to resign. You don't want to like get stalemated. I mean, stalemate him. I don't really see the point of playing this out. Okay, interesting. I want to see the opening before we go on to the next game to see what I did wrong here, because this doesn't look right. Queen a5, bishop c4, main line, and I played rook d8 here, which is some kind of inaccuracy. I don't know why. I don't understand the guy's challenging me again. I thought he knew my stream, but I guess not. Alright, so bishop d7, so there's no games from this position. Jorge Samor had this position in 2009. He played rook d3. Wow, interesting move. My old friend. But g4 is a theoretical novelty. Funny that this position doesn't exist theoretically. f5 looks natural to try to extend the diagonal of this bishop. George was just playing for this fancy rook lift piece play. g4 is interesting too. I expect if h6 he plays h4. I mean, this is a well-known like sort of piece sacrifice idea. So e5 was a mistake. I expected like f5. Did I have b4? Alright, anyway, looks like the opening was not so bad. I've got challenges from Hubert Ding and Par 11. Parth 11. He's gone. Parth 11. Hubert Ding. We've got no subscriber challenges. It doesn't matter because it's Friday. Our subscribers are not motivated to challenge today because they don't have the right to play first. I've been 2,000 before, but I've never been this strong before. So, Nils, are you proclaiming your own strength? You admit that you're strong? It's Friday today. Can you believe it? It is Friday today. The guy was re-challenging me to another game, but I don't like playing the same player twice to give people a chance to play. Therefore, if this was a random match, I was playing with somebody on lichess, I would accept a rematch, but under these circumstances, e6, interesting, like it was a Grunfeld. Yeah, what usually do you expect here? Actually, I don't know. What is he supposed to play? Queen b6, right? Nefedov played this against me, Queen b6. Basically like a Catalan now. Your Blitz training has been 2000 before. His Blitz training is 2002. I don't know if you're equal strength to him. I mean, I don't know. But I don't know who the guy is. I can't remember playing like 10 to 12 games against him. My score against him got a lot worse toward the end there. Maybe he improved a lot recently. You could see that I had done really bad in the last couple of games, but I have only played like one game against that guy in recent history. Rating is just a number. Alright. You could play queen a6 there, but it's bishop f1 will be coming to a theater near you. So black's position is a little passive here. It's not the best Slav. Now he probably can't stop b5. Can't stop it. The b5. Maybe he can with knight e4. But I'm not sure if that's a good move or not. Maybe I play it anyway. He can stop it. Can't stop this. Looks like a very logical move. Damn it. What do I do now? He's used no time for the whole game. 2008 Blitz, 2100. Everyone's a bullet player. I know I could do like bishop c7 or something if I have to. All right. Yeah, that doesn't look quite right. So bishop takes f6, bishop d6. Pawn takes, however. Because he has g5, right? Pawn takes g5, bishop takes g5, bishop takes e5. It's not exactly money in the bank. Bishop takes f6, bishop d6. Something like f5. White is slightly better. Pawn takes g5, bishop takes g5, bishop takes e5. Bishop takes e4, bishop takes b2. Still not convincing. This is a total surprise. He's got all his time left. Wow. He's used negative time for the whole game. No brain, no pain. Damn, dude, I don't know what to do. My advantage is okay, but it's like how to break through. It's almost impossible to break through here. Okay, that's like the final straw. I mean, he cannot do that, you know. If he had held the line there with like bishop d7, it could have been very hard for me to break through. But I think this might be lost now for black. I mean, after bishop takes e5, he's gone too far. No, I mean, if he doesn't do bishop takes e5, I'm not sure how easy it's going to be for me to break through. But now, I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy, Holmes. It's still not going to be that easy to break through, is it? The key is rook d5, f4. I mean, he can't hold the file. without allowing penetration. He can still defend, though. This is probably making it worse. He's got some tricks, sort of a way out, sensible way out. He's got to learn to use his time better. Rook a3, rook b3 for c4. I mean, originally my plan was to play b5, but I'm not sure when that would ever happen anymore. Yeah, I think we're going to do it this way. Leave this cubby hole open. Walk in and start taking things. We can just go for his g-pawn. He's got a5. This is the plan. He's going to get some counterplay. I could try a different move like f4, but... he's good with the time. It's got to be deadly in sudden death. But it's just like... You can't take it with you, Hubert Ding. You can't add up the time for your next game. Actually, let's just play bishop g2. Now he's got 2 minutes to think about a lost position. I mean, you gotta manage time. Anyway, guys, what's up? I guess I can't go to the bathroom. What's up, Antonio? Good morning. Yeah, I don't know why I played that. I mean, I guess I could just... This is a stupid move. Rook g7 is stupid. Slightly better move there. Good move, me. Whatever. I mean, rook g8 is just winning. Alright. He's playing all bullet chess and can't make the adjustment to playing, 5+3. He would be scary if he managed his time. Possibly very strong. Though sometimes people can't really play better. DK Guy 2214. I don't play rated on my stream because I have a hangover and I'm suffering from jet lag. No, I'm just kidding. I don't really have a hangover. I am suffering from jet lag. If you want to challenge me, just challenge me to casual. I probably look like I have a hangover today, but I don't. I just didn't sleep much last night. Alright. Morales is up. He played d4, d5. What is it? The Tarash? The Slav now. It's like a different opening every day. The semi-Slav pawn triangle. Oh my god. Dude. Morales comes up with a new opening, completely different from the one the day before. Thanks, DK Guy. I like Queen A5. I don't know. I don't think that that's a big deal. I faced F6, Queen B6, Bishop E7 is the safest move for black. Knight F6 is like a transposition to a Botvinnik system. All the moves, all of the above are possible. Let's see. What would Belyavsky do? Well, we can play Queen C2, a somewhat constructive move, I guess. Or we could play Bishop back to D2. It's a gambit, guys. We love gambits. He's just giving me the pawn without a fight. Hey, thanks. It's just like a funky Slav now. He's going to give it back without a fight. No, it's also masters of time management. Okay, I'm the opposite. I'm a little too slow. I'm not that fresh today. But Morales is kind of doing what the last guy did, just not quite as bad. Basically make second best moves in order to play fast. But to be fair, I know he's not a theoretician in the Slav defense. I can't resist playing this. Now what? Bishop D3? Bishop D3. Bishop takes C3. Pawn takes, knight takes, pawn takes, bishop D3. Go with your instinct. It's basically like a standard-ish Slav. I wish my queen was on E2. Long time no see. Your streaming doesn't fit European time. Yeah, I mean, I'm back permanently. So don't worry. Be sad if you're American. I'm selling my home in America to get away from the orange man. Let's see. It doesn't fit anyone's time. It just doesn't fit, period. What's this? Yeah, well, I have a pending deal for my house, but I'm not going to count any chickens till they're hatched. Last time I got jacked at the last minute, so I'm not going to get my hopes up until my house is really sold. We'll see. I lost a lot of money because I didn't sell it myself. I had to get it sold, trying to get it sold through a real estate agent, which sucks. Oh, I could have streamed for free for a year. Now you guys have to subscribe. Bishop d2. I don't know. Maybe I should have taken en passant on f6, but Morales, I feel like he likes open positions. He's kind of good tactically. Maybe I could win a pawn. E takes f. We can always take with the d5 knight. Yeah. White's clearly better here. It's just difficult to decide whether you should take on f6 or not. I kind of like this space advantage, but now it's hard to break through. g4. Yeah, so I'm going to be streaming from European time. I have 2 times that I stream. Either this time, morning, 10-ish, or our evening time, around 6:30 p.m. Do you really want to hurt me? Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Is g4 too much to ask? Maybe. I mean, is g4 a little too aggressive? What do you guys think? I should be calculating more. Knight takes d5. Bishop takes d2. I mean, that's a horrible position for black strategically. Knight d5, bishop d2, queen d2, c d5, rook c1. Capablanca has a field day in that position. I mean, it is the simplest way to win, probably. I could take with a knight as well, which would force him to take back with a c-pawn. Either way, he's probably going to take back with a c-pawn. I mean, this is a quiet way to play, but it's like an everlasting advantage for white. It looks like something out of the most instructive chess games ever played. This is very, very bad. a4. a4 is a good move. So he's going to play bishop d7 and try to defend. Yeah, it's a bad French for black. But I still have some work to do. We got to be accurate here. He's actually using his time. It's kind of frightening. I think he must have left the computer. He never takes this long on one move. I have a bad feeling he's like disconnected or something. Just when you expected something violent like G5, which, you know, it's probably kind of risky. He is a little desperate here. Bishop D7 is the most safe. Right. The French. It's not a French, it's a Slav. But played the French for 30 years. I was asking on my stream if anybody was there last night. We were looking for French players. They seem to be kind of hard to come by. Logical. Imadirul, Logikush. Of course, he took forever to play the obvious move. That's a bit strange, isn't it? I wonder if I misplayed this, though. You know? I'm becoming very unsure about Queen B4, if I even went the right direction here. I need stronger threats. Good point. Good point. I don't need threats, man. I don't need no stinking threats. This is Karpov. I'm a boa constrictor. There is no pain until you're swallowed whole. You won't feel a thing until you've been ingested completely. We don't need any threats. Just slowly digest the opponent. That's true. Master has that. Huh. Oh, that was surprising. I thought he wanted the file. After all that, he just doesn't even care. We have threats on both sides. Endless plethora of threats. This is probably a mistake. Speaking of mistakes, a bit risky to put his pawns on white squares over there, I would think. Defending this really well, dude. Looks like G4 is the key break. Jesus. Is it over yet? Dude, he's fast, man. He is fast. That was... Probably there's some slip up I made somewhere where I think that he probably was okay. It's very hard to find a move here for black now. I mean, this is devastating, you know? I'm threatening knight takes d5. It looks tough. Maybe knight e7. You can play knight e7. No, you can't. That loses a piece. Queen a7, queen d6 check. I don't think there's a move here, but you definitely had moves before. Maybe you have like b4 here. Then queen c5. It doesn't really help. Yeah, I guess there's no hope. All right. DK guy, A5 Wesley, and also Shock. Also. A queen A7 instead of king D7, you had some alternative to king D7. Man, I need another coffee. That was... I'm not very sharp, so I can play only like Karpovian Petrosian style today. Forget about tactics. Tactics are in the shop. My device needs to restart to install updates. Select the time to restart. How about next week? Scheduled to restart at 11:33 p.m. today. Check it out, dude. Yeah, you just restart whenever you want. Pick a time. Yeah, right, dude. Tomorrow. Pick a time. Here we go again. I'm just going to play b6. Yesterday I played b5. It's a risky move. The Polish defense is possible here, but it's kind of dicey for black strategically. Technically an inaccurate move order by white because he allows me to play like c5, I guess. It's still fine for white, just he doesn't really get an advantage. I mean, c4 leads to a normal Queen's Indian. It's perfectly okay for white. It's like equal, I guess. After c5, black can equalize. Here you could play a lot of things. e3, c4 anyway, transposing to an English. c4 type of Lilienthal-Botvinnik sort of thing. Am I getting that right? No, Botvinnik was white against Lilienthal. Never mind. Well, maybe it was, like, Botvinnik, Lilienthal. Somehow, yeah, Lilienthal let him like have all the best of both worlds. He let him establish e4 and have like the perfect Marazzi. Even after the white square bishops get exchanged. I like classic historical chess. Okay, queen takes d4. Probably more testing, actually. If knight c6, then there's like weird stuff. Queen f4 is a move. I think I might have even played this position with white the other day. I play the hedgehog anyway, so we could just transpose to a normal hedgehog. It doesn't seem like I'm testing white's position, though. Feels like here, objectively black. I can just hear, like, Mihai Suba saying, you should not play a6 because you can bring your knight from a6 to c5. Something like that. I don't know. Don't let me deceive you with my comments, my deceptive comments designed to lure you in and make you think everything is okay. I really don't know. I mean, I don't know. How's black supposed to play here if he wants to play the best possible move? I hate knight c6. I know that's a line, but just don't really like it. I hate putting my knight in front of my bishop in any kind of hedgehog, Sicilian, even the Roy Lopez, it sucks, right? I mean, putting that on c6, you have to play the Breyer variation with like knight b8 and bring it back to b7. That's why the Najdorf is so good. Don't block your bishop on b7. Okay, so we should enter a normal hedgehog, although I don't usually play this move order. Guess I could play a6. Might be inaccurate too. a6, knight a4, then b5. Probably okay. d6 looks normal. I've used too much time, obviously, but I want to think about the position, talk about it a little bit. I did not punish white for his inaccurate move order in the opening. It should have been equality for black, but something happened after cd4, queen d4 that I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. We have an absolute standard hedgehog now. I think I had this against Udasin with black. One draw. Knight g5, bishop g2, king g2. Queen c7, knight e4, knight d7, something like that. There's also a Hungarian IM, Fanchi Imre, who I had a bunch of games against in Blitz, I remember. He kept playing this line. There's a really good book on the hedgehog by Suba. I know there's a book by Sergei Shipov too. I don't have that. But the problem with Suba is that he's terrible in terms of like laying out his books. Like the chapters have no sense of organization. He just sort of had a bunch of chapters and dropped them randomly into a pile and published a book. I find the books that he writes to be very disorganized. Obviously a great player. So it just looks like an utterly standard position. Knight g5, bishop g2, king g2 is the standard thing. I don't know what else he can do, really. I think it's harder to play the white side of the hedgehog than the black side of the hedgehog. actually. It's, you know, you think like having space is an advantage, but I've played both sides of the hedgehog pretty much, and it's much easier to play black. It's like you've got all the space, but you got to be careful you don't overextend yourself constantly on the alert, you know. Even e4 is a risky move in a way, even though it seems very natural. White is the one risking by taking space, and then you have to like be responsible for that space. Black has like limited territory. Although what he's done so far looks pretty natural. It reminds me of some game in Suba's book. H3 also looks very sensible. I wonder if this is okay. I mean, I played rook e8. I could also play rook d8. Rook d8 would allow for knight e8 if I have to retreat that back. Probably not really necessary. So what's up here? Knight d2? To play knight f1 and knight e3? Wow. Extreme maneuvers. What's happening? Yeah, presumably he wants to play knight f1, knight e3. The hedgehog, we're just constantly looking for breakouts, you know. b5 and d5. I mean, this is like a natural move. Maybe queen a8 would have been... If I had played that on the previous move, he would land knight d5 on my head, you know. That's why I had to play queen b8. Trying to play b5. You're cheating by listening. Nah. Wow, okay, so f4. Should I go for b5 or not? I mean, it's normally the right thing to do. If you can get it. Chipping away at his center. Chipping away at his central control. He doesn't have e5. Now he's like threatening e5. Sort of. Isn't he losing? Not necessarily. b4 was interesting. I'm a little concerned about this diagonal here. Some sort of tactic that I'm overlooking. It'd be safer to have my bishop back on f8. Okay, I don't know what's going on now. Just don't. Just don't. Please. Just don't. Yeah, I mean, the e4 pawn is lost, so. But that's why I'm saying it's harder to play, you know. It's harder to play the white side of the hedgehog than it is black. Hedgehog, Marazzi, King's Indian with white. Anything where you have a lot of space is, like, I think terrible for Blitz. I mean, like, I would much rather have the black side of any of those sort of setups where you just, like, react and have less space but have no liability, you know, basically. I mean, it's a nightmare for me to play the white side of the hedgehog in a Blitz game, honestly. I would just avoid it altogether. It's just too tedious, you know. White is better, yeah, but you have to find, like, precise moves, and who can do that in, like, a 3 or 5 minute game? Too hard to play that kind of opening. I also have struggled. And I can lose. You can lose embarrassingly with white. I also sometimes just collapse because you're shuffling the pieces around. I mean, it's hard. But I think, like, that game, this is a mistake for black. He's supposed to play knight g5, like I was saying, and then has some kind of microscopic advantage based on knight controlling, you know, the e4 square, and it's very small but kind of safe for white. Most of the players who I've played in the hedgehog have been pretty conservative. Alright, but there's so many lines in that too. I think there's a way for me to play that game more accurately, though. Honestly, you know. When you play c4, I must play c takes d4, and you play queen takes d4. I want to look that up because just letting you get into a standard hedgehog is not equalizing for black. There has to be a better way for me to play that, you know. So interesting. c6 here. Like a kind of passive Slav. Wonder if I should play h3. Then he'll play bishop f5. We have the ideal pawn center. This is an interesting interpretation. Knight f6 immediately. I guess this is as good as anything, honestly, for black in that position. But this is really passive. I mean, I don't know what happens, but it feels like you should try bishop g4. To get the bishop outside the pawn chain. I mean, doesn't that seem the most logical? This is like a tremendous semi-Slav, where black doesn't have a central pawn. Just really, really bad for black. Guys, I've got an hour left, so we're taking challenges. Beat me while I have jet lag. And I'm sleep deprived. I can't calculate. I can just play positionally. The calculation part of my brain is still sleeping. No Problem at All earlier was saying that he was surprised that I like positional play better than tactics, but that takes me back to this paradoxical discussion point I've made many times in the past. Like, with me in particular, even I don't know if I'm better strategically or tactically, you know. I think I'm just kind of universal style. And if you ask different people, they have different answers about my playing style. It depends on them, you know. Like, if they're really good at tactics, then they say I'm more of a positional player. If they're really good at positional play, they say I'm more of a tactician. This is actually quite similar to the game against Morales, if you think about it. Same desperate break with f5. It's not really a break. I mean, it's just like a gasp. A gasp for space. let's try the other way, okay? Like, against Morales, we left the closed position. Let's test our play in open positions. This is a really good open position. So I have queen h4 or queen e2. Queen h4 leaves the pressure on the h7 pawn. Queen e2 is safer. Queen h4 leaves my queen in the diagonal of the bishop on e7. My queen could go from h4 to g3 possibly. Doesn't look that great. I'm just going to focus on this. Static weakness on e6 and not hunt for a larger game with queen h4. How about development? Anybody? Anybody else like development? I really should develop some pieces. How do I get the rest of my pieces out? It's a good question. Man, this move doesn't look that convincing either. 95. This is hardly a developing move. I think bishop d6 was a good practical move. And I'm not developing my pieces. I mean, I figured this can happen any moment, so I'm not going to waste the tempo on moving my bishop. Now, queen h4 is also more tempting. I noticed there's a tournament in my favorite St. Louis chess club. They're having like some winter masters or something. But the interesting thing is that my friend Erdos Viktor, he's a really good player here from Hungary, is playing for the first time, I think, in the US. Maybe not, but I think it's his first time. He's playing in the Winter Masters in St. Louis. He has like 2 out of 5. I wish him good luck. I always thought that Erdos would be maybe the Hungarian #1. Eventually, he's probably my favorite of the younger generation here. Stylistically, he's a great player, and I have utmost respect for him. Correct. Absolutely correct player. Great positional player. Again, I'm not a fan of the St. Louis Chess Club, but I wish anybody good luck. Bishop g5, just to develop my pieces here, and I'm still not threatening anything. Black has the problem, our first opponent, no wait, 99 never moved his bishop from c8, remember? I didn't even mention that during the game. The game against the bullet player that I won, what's his name? 99. He literally never moved his bishop off of c8. It just occurred to me, like, that's ridiculous. I'm just avoiding simplifying. When you have, like, the upper hand, I mean, I think it's best to avoid exchanges. Try to get the opponent. Everyone hit the pub earlier there. The chat died. Don't know. It'll probably come to life, yet it's still early. I mean, obviously, like, I've actually thought about this, you know, my stream times. I'm not really honestly 100% sure. Really. Also, I want to call him also. I'll soul shock. He's done a great job playing this about as good as well as he could, you know. Self-correcting grammar. My mom was a school teacher and she used to say good instead of well. I had to correct my own mom about the use of good and well. That always was a pet peeve. Bishop g3. Living in a foreign country, people are asking me to correct them. Like, oh, how's my English? Should I say it this way? Bishop g3. This guy has taken a bad position and made it playable. I mean, there's no way that I should have let him get this far. Does this even help me? Yeah, I don't know what happened. JCS, what's up, man? Good question. Did they hit the pub early? Do I still find time to study? Unfortunately, I don't. You know, if I wasn't teaching chess, I could help myself improve. Oh, what a decision. He gives up that guy. You would think he would... Yeah, I mean, I guess it's understandable. Either way, like, I'm better. He goes really solid here. Gritty defense. Magnus says play h4, h5. Magnus also likes the two bishops in the h4, h5 expansion here. He's walking into it. What do you got? Queen d2? Ooh, that could be a bad idea. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Let's not do that and say we did. All right. I was practically walking to bishop c6. Luckily, he had a knight in the way, but the standard King's Indian attack would be like h4, h5. I can't do it here. This is a little bit maniacal. All right. I like my endgame. Obviously a strong bullet player. Another one. Very prevalent. He's only 1900. Jeez. He's 1800 in bullet? What? Seems like he would be stronger. He's so quick. Fortunately, he doesn't have king f5 check there. Nice defensive try by black. I almost walked into like bishop c6. Asmir. I think Bob isn't here. You know, it's sad. I kind of miss Bob. I'm sorry about, you know, his passing. It was really tragic. Bob is gone. Victim of a jilted lover. All right. Guys, feel free to donate to support the stream. Mr. Slowhand, Jim, Wernacki, Merle Dixon, Cardiffian. We're going to be back with our simul on Sunday. The flagship stream of the week, my Sunday simul. It's 6:30 p.m. on Sunday, 25 players. I guess we've played this already. For my own improvement. I mean, I'd like to study, and I just don't have time. Alright, this is an interesting line. I think we had this once before. This is probably not best, but it's a way to play. Not best. Guys, queen a5 is always bad. You heard it here first. Screw Feingold's f6 rule, you know. That's like right like half the time, you know, honestly. You can tell Feingold to take his f6 idea and stuff it. The truth is the queen a5 is always bad. What happened? Did I try to make an illegal move or something? What the hell's going on? I played 94 and it like made me take it back. This is far more true. White had to play bishop d2 in this position. And his position is great after bishop d2. I feel sort of sleazy and cheap. Now, even so, his position is still okay. d5. Not really impressive. You'd think like I'd have a great game after that, but... What am I supposed to do here? b6? b6? Does that seem right? Traumer, that was you? You had a bad opening, but you made it tough to win. Terrible opening. You're like me with chess 960. I have a terrible position every time I play chess 960. In chess 960, I have like a negative 1 or 2 centipawn loss after the opening every single game. If I get out of the opening, I can play. This is interesting. Takes and knight c6 now. Looks interesting. Popular word. Otherwise, kind of hard for black to develop here. Efficient and pawn structure. Pawn structure is important. Welcome to my stream, everybody. International Master William Pascal. We're taking challenges. I understand. We're taking challenges from everybody. You can ask questions. I don't guarantee I have the answer. d5 or not d5? That is the question. Really no need to do that. I can do it, though. But after d5, cd5, ed5, bishop d5, queen d5, knight d5, bishop d2 check, king takes d2, knight takes d4, no. The castle's queenside. I have this like microscopic endgame advantage. But he doesn't have to take twice on d5. He could also just make another move. Or whatever. Probably not necessarily the best move. I could just castle or something. Something sensible. I just thought this is kind of fun. You castle queenside with slight edge. Play for endgame advantage. Rook c1, king b7. I'd actually calculated that far. And I thought it would be better for black based on pawn structure and king safety. He's in a lot of trouble. It's very difficult to see how he survives this, actually. I mean, he's losing at least a pawn for nothing. Best case scenario. His king is just chilling in the middle of the board. Chilling in the middle of the board. Terrible. Horrible. Oh, also, I can't say that for some reason. Also, it's hard to say. Full circle chess. Let's get some more challenges, guys. Don't watch other chess streams. This is the best place to be. A little quiet today. Actually, often it's funny because oftentimes Friday when I was streaming from this time zone, it seemed like Friday was oftentimes my best stream. Well, one of my most popular streams. Friday's usually a good day. And there's no European Club Cup streams that I could see going on. Not a very exciting event to stream, I would think. I think I'll stream the European Club Cup. Alright. All pieces in the game. This is a beautiful, beautiful position. I'm the god of simul's. I like doing the simul, but it's hard work. That's my toughest stream. No mates. Look, ma. There's no mates. It seems like it's weak to take on f2. Just seems weak. There's no direct way to like force mate here. What's a pawn's gambit? Yeah, we have our simul on Sunday. I said that's our flagship sort of stream. Our most popular stream. I play 25 players simultaneously. If you guys haven't played, it's fun. I get in really bad time pressure and get angry and start cursing and accusing everyone of being computers and stuff like that. It's a good time. Not really, I'm just kidding. But I get a little bit stressed out, and I think people enjoy that. You know, watching me lose on time in 20 games simultaneously. I take it seriously, and I get kind of stressed sometimes. It's still fun. I feel like it's good training for me too. Didn't help my last tournament game. didn't help because it was prior to that, but I mean, I've been streaming and doing chess constantly. I've never completely quit the game. Check. Just rook d4. There's no substitute for calculation. This keeps him restricted. I still didn't win my second pawn yet, but who's counting? Yeah, a lot of people, really amateur players, enjoy doing simuls, and I think it's cool. Don't have to be a title player to do a simul. I mean, I think it's good practice. Any knight in game like normally is winning when you're up a pawn. Okay, he's just kind of freaked out here. You're not going anywhere with that. This is a queen. Future queen at h5. Practically impossible for white. Yeah, this is the only practical try. Good practical move, rook d1, keeping the pieces on the board. You don't want to trade rooks there under any circumstances. You really don't want to trade anything, but especially not rooks. If you could trade knights, it's not as bad as rooks. Knight endgame is, I mean, you really don't want to trade anything, but the knight endgame is completely over 100% of the time, as is the king and pawn endgame. So, yeah, it's not good. Not good to trade pieces when you're down 2 pawns. But if anything's left on the board, it should be the knights. I mean, excuse me, the rooks. With rooks, you have a chance to draw even 2 pawns down. With knights, you have no chance. All right. I'll soul shock. I don't normally play the same player twice, unfortunately. If we've got other challengers, if there was no other challengers, I would accept. 10 plus 5 for a simul. Full circle chess. New opponent. 2302 bliss. That looks like someone else I played recently. Interesting. Popular ratings here. C3 Sicilian. The mouse is acting a little weird. Don't know who this is. Could be someone we know. Maybe not. I like it when people like take part in the chat. If you guys are playing me, say hi in the chat, you know. I would appreciate to know you. WJ Loof, good morning. Quiet stream today. 92 played quickly. That's an unusual move. Quite the unusual move there. Yeah, thanks for saying hi. Full circle chess, cheer 1. That's what I appreciate. If we have a new opponent, say hi, introduce yourself. Makes it a little more human, right? We're not playing robots in outer space or something. Right, America, my old time zone. I'm familiar with it. You're in Central Time. I can capture either way, but when I have the chance to bring my knight out from its original square, I'll usually opt for that. Some pawn structure Nazis would be like, oh, you should take with the pawn so you don't have a backward pawn. No, I mean, I think it's more important to get the knight out in this position. I like pawn structure. You know, I'm big on pawn structure, but your knight's on the back rank. You have a choice between e takes f and knight takes f6. I think you got to take with the knight. You got to get the pieces out. That's the priority in the opening. Plus pawn takes f6 leaves you with like a blocked bishop on g7. h3. It feels like I should try for breaking, you know, for e5, because I really don't have another option here. e5, pawn takes e5, knight takes e5, knight f4, however, you know, leaves white with crazy pressure on my pawn. So it's not obligatory to play e5. Bit hard to find other good moves here. This is a nice prophylactic move, taking away the g4 square. But how does it work? Like e5 takes e5, knight takes e5. I mean, it's several good moves there. Knight d4 or just knight f4. Knight f4. I'm losing a pawn after knight e4, sacrificing a pawn after knight e4. So I don't really have a good idea. At the same time, you've got to consider that he also has to make moves. It's your turn. He of the prophylactic move. The school of prophylactic moves. You admire him for thinking about real chess position. Yeah, man, I admit I like it too, you know. But I think now e5 is strong. My plan was to play bishop e6 and bishop g8 and tuck the bishop back on g8 if necessary. Okay, no, I appreciate a player who thinks rather than just blitzing quick moves. I agree. I mean, nothing makes me happier than playing a real game with actual thought. So he avoided the pawn takes pawn d4 concept. I mean, I think after pawn takes pawn, knight takes pawn, we have an approximately equal position. Maybe black's a little better. But I have other moves I could probably play like this. Perhaps this is slightly more accurate. I don't know, though. I mean, my rook was already pretty much in the game at f8. WJ Luke, thanks for the donation. Nice to see a donation here on Friday. It's quiet. Not so many people in the chat. We've got 300 bits getting it started. I'm just getting awake. We've been streaming for almost 2 hours. But it's been a quiet stream this morning. Friday's funny. Like, sometimes it's really... I get like 10 challenges. But I think a lot of people aren't used to my stream being at this time. But so far we've been pretty successful moving time zones. Not always. Once upon a gambit. I don't think I even said it right before. Did I say once upon's gambit? Like, I need glasses. I refuse to get eyeglasses. I need reading glasses. I'm not gonna be like the old man who has his reading glasses he wears around his neck or something. That's not gonna happen, dude. I'm not gonna have the strapped you know, reading glasses around my neck. Look like a librarian or something. We're not doing that. Sorry. Exchange sacrifice for the fun of it. Just to be a psychopath, we could take on e3. Maximizing. Yeah, I mean, this is okay for both sides, right? Just looks like a normal position. Sexy librarian glasses. Oof. All right. What is your goal in life? You have to ask yourself. I'm wondering about my rook. There was something inherently unnatural about moving it off of the F file. I mean, the E file is good too, but when you play an IQP position like this, the concept is keep the pieces on the board. That's why I'm not trading knights. You know, every time I trade pieces, like, he gets a little closer to a good endgame where that pawn is just weak on d5. If I can avoid exchanges, that's probably my best bet. You're probably thinking about it too much, Shwama. A6. Looks like an important square. There's a lot. Yeah, I'm not gonna play b5. He kind of got reaction to a4, but it's not my idea here. I just didn't want things on b5. Knight c4 looks fine, actually. Where is he going? Don't know. Bishop's still not defended. Defended! My bishop's still not developed. I thought he could have gone for like bishop g5 at some point, you know. Probably have to play. I was looking at really awkward moves. Queen a5. My favorite. Queen a5. Come on. Bishop c1. What a professional move. Are you kidding me? This is crazy. Tactical wizard that I am. Not really. Look at that. Oh my god. What am I doing? What am I doing here? Full circle chess. He's 2300 in bullet. He's exactly like the same rating as that other guy I played earlier. You're making me calculate? It's 12 o'clock and I have jet lag. You're not allowed to make me calculate. I've been waiting to sacrifice my bishop on h3 forever, for my whole life. Give it a name. What is this? It's not really my favorite bishop. I hate this bishop. It never has a job. All right. What's up? Think quick. My pieces are active. Classic IQP. Queen takes. Oops, he dropped a piece. Maybe knight f2 was better. I don't know. I'm just being materialistic. Did he just miss knight takes g6 check? Or is it my imagination? He had knight takes g6 check. That actually crushed me, I think. That's scary. I guess I should take on h4 first. It's like a sort of sneaky cheapo. Reminds me of the other player, doesn't it? It's like he got in a second game or something. Come on, dude. Alright. Interesting opening. Like, he was fine. I actually liked his opening. I've never seen anyone play this. This is a creative move. So f6 is the same game Volker played. They're not German. f4. He takes f6. Knight f6. So I thought this is... We transposed to another game there for a second. Ilya Schneider against Simacek, 2006. I thought this was interesting. The computer says I'm just better. Wow, knight e8. That is a sick move. That is a sick move. Knight to e8. Damn, dude. I had no idea I had the crushing knight e8. But that is a cool maneuver. We're going here. Over there. Around the corner. Wow. Stockfish, thank you for your creative idea. Buell Skinner's up. Shoma, Hubert Ding already played. We've got time for at least 2 more games, guys. I mean, I'm German too, in a sense, because my family, I have distant relatives from Germany on both sides of my family. But I was just joking. Pretty German names. f4, g6. If I sub, can I play next? He's bribing me. Yeah, why not? I'll let you play next if you sub. I'll be corrupt. Just don't impeach me, please. It's bribery. The impeachment proceedings shall begin. It's a private stream, so I can do what I want. Normally, I'm taking just random challenges first. But if you're going to sub, I'll definitely take your challenge. Alright, Mule Skinner, you snuck 30 seconds on me. I had a new idea here. Oh, shit. I totally forgot. I wanted to play knight b5. I wanted to play a6 immediately. We've never tried that before. I was looking at that. Damn it. I never asked for takebacks. Next time, Mule Skinner. But I've already given it away now. My new idea. Now he's going to go home and research it. Your favorite player is Tal? H3 was Mark Karpovian. But it's okay, you can have a mix of styles. We did the chess personality quiz. They made me do it on the stream once. And I never considered myself really inspired by Tal. I like Tal, but Martin Kessler did subscribe. It was funny because I thought all my answers were like pretty conservative, and I ended up like being Tal by the chess personality quiz. I thought it was just ridiculous. It was like a scam or something. But I had answered yes to some questions where I said, would I play Gambit openings or something? You know. All right. Neil Skinner's just doing his normal thing here. Maybe d6 is an inaccuracy. We can still do a6. I'm just going to do it this way. Slightly different version. It's a homemade fianchetto. I mean, I used to recommend people to play the Grand Prix attack reversed. I mean, I would play this way that Mule Skinner is with black against the English, essentially. Although I'm not sure I play like bishop b4 and let them take with the knight. That didn't happen so often. How about this? It's a homemade fianchetto. You're hoping that test would help me learn what my chess style was. I came up Tal and I can't even calculate 3 moves deep. It's like ridiculous. I mean, come on. Did you see my last game? Seriously. My last tournament game last Sunday, I just blundered 2 pawns in like 2 move combinations. I can't even like see 2 move threats till I already like touched the piece. How can I be playing like Tal? Alright, so this is pretty much a standard position, it looks like. A little scary though. Being black, being a tempo down versus the English, let's say. I try to profit by not necessarily castling too quickly, but my king is not really safe in the center either. I have really bad jet lag and I didn't sleep last night almost at all. Maybe an hour or 2. And I really just laid in bed all night and slept literally like a couple hours maybe. But I feel like I'm too tired to calculate, but my intuition is okay. You know, my positional judgment is pretty good. I feel like I have a hangover, even though I don't have a hangover. It's sort of sleep deprivation is the same thing basically as a hangover. Same effect. But sometimes when you're sleep deprived or have a hangover, I feel like your intuitive sense is actually stronger than it is when you're not sleep deprived or have a hangover. Tal never knew anything about hangovers. Yeah. It explains his calculative ability. It was all intuition. He never calculated a thing in his life. Neil Skinner's going for it. So am I. You can't checkmate my king on the king's side. Understand? Comprende? Amigo? Neil Skinner's from Spain, so you can feel free to speak Spanish with him. He's fluent in both Spanish and English. I'm not sure what other languages. He actually is not from Spain, but he actually speaks 3 languages at least. He lives in Spain. Speaks Spanish, English, what else? Danish. I assume you speak Spanish well, Neil Skinner. I don't know. Living there. Are you still in Spain? Knight g5. This was my one fear, to be fair. My intention was to play knight h6. My fear was knight takes f7, knight takes f7, e6. That's not a big deal. However, e6 might be a big deal. I feel like we've got something here. PGS. I love to call him PGS. It just sounds better. Knight h6, e6 is such a pain, man. We've seen this from him before, stuff like this. Maybe I take first and play knight h6. Whatever. Maybe I can play f5. It just hit me. f5. It's a brilliancy. Negating his structural pressure along the f-file. I'm not sure. Guys, we have time for one more game after this. I keep changing my mind every minute here. f5 is definitely playable and it avoids all this e6 nonsense. What did I just do? I'm sacking the exchange? Alright, it's cool. This is Tao-like intuition kicking in. Damn. It's probably not enough. Yeah, it's not enough. Damn it. I'm just down the exchange. I should have taken with the king, probably. Seriously. Second mistake. I'm just lost. I should have taken with the king on d8. It was definitely better than queen takes. Just down the exchange for nothing. Knight d8. Didn't you have bishop d4 check, queen h3? No, he has knight takes c6. The end. That's the problem. He's taking my freaking bishop on c6. I'm just lost again. He's the master of the system. I can't seem to really ever be fully happy with black. I felt like I was really active in this game. My God. Just keeps calmly playing the best moves. Oh no. Are you kidding me? Jesus. Draw percent. I just got crushed. Wow. My mouse is not good either. Mouse is all. Whew, dude. I think it's a good time to lose on time. I mean, I literally have nothing. Bishop takes b2, knight takes c5, check. Bishop takes e4, rook takes e4, bishop takes b2, rook b1. Just happens to win back a pawn. It's irrelevant what I do. The best is probably bishop takes b2, knight c5, check. Let's see how this game shook out. I blundered. I mean, okay, f5. It was crazy. You know, what happens sometimes, I found, is that when you encounter a problem, inherently you start to panic, even if you don't really realize you're panicking. And the effect is that you start seeing mirages in the desert. So when I experienced a problem, I couldn't find a proper solution to the problem. Basically, my mind invented a solution because I wanted there to be a solution so bad that I just created one in my mind. It was a strong game by White, but you know, he played almost perfectly. But I mean, this is basically what you call a mirage in the desert, you know. The problem that I encountered was I couldn't find an answer for e6, but I felt there was something here. Like, this was my intuitive move, but I didn't know what I'm doing against e6. So I have bishop d4 check, king h1, fe6, knight e6. Okay, this is basically what I looked at. He could also play bishop e3 here. King h1, fe6, knight takes e6. And then some non-glamorous move, and he can take my bishop. But that's okay. The position would have been okay for me. Good job, Mule Skinner. Nice game. I just really thought I could sack that. I don't know why. I thought I had something, but I didn't really calculate. Based on the Karu interview? What? It's pretty hard at the top level. A lot depends on your engine. What are you talking about, like opening prep? Top level opening prep? This would have been okay. So the opening wasn't really bad. Good game though. Blizzard subscribed under the condition that I'd let him play the last game today. Alright. I'll give it my best effort. Nice job, Mule Skinner. Refuting the unsound f5. Jeez. Okay, that wasn't what I meant to do. Like, I think I actually thought that I could play e5. And, like, his knight was trapped on d8. I think I also didn't see that he was capturing my bishop on c6. Someone unsound. Oh no, the Grunfeld. You can be the ball. You know, you can. It could be your game. I'm playing the Grunfeld. Whatever. Same thing. The Grunfeld is the Grunfeld. It doesn't matter who's playing which side, right? This is also known as the Catalan opening in some circles. It could also be a Tarash. Now it's a Catalan. If he plays bishop e7, it's a Tarash. If he plays d takes c4, it's a Catalan. Yeah, I've played different stuff here. I don't know this theoretically, like most openings. New times are tough for US peeps. You get up pretty early, man. It's pretty tough to get up earlier than someone on sound. You will be here for the simul on Sunday. I hope. I really don't know much Catalan theory. It's very popular, and I want to say I've never lost a game on the white side of the Catalan. There's probably some game I lost that I don't remember, but it's literally so easy to play the Catalan that I never studied the opening and I can play it and never lose. It's Muleskinner's stream now. Yeah, it's like the King of the Hill. If you beat me, it's your stream now. Blizzard's just not recapturing on c5. That's pretty weird. I mean, I try not to be too materialistic, but if you're going to make me be materialistic, I'll think about it. Little does Blizzard know that we're just joking like a little while ago about my theory that Queen A5 was always a bad move. Sometimes it's necessary, though. Bishop E3, Knight G4, not a good plan, so I think we'll go with it. Because Knight G4 fails to Queen takes G4, this is a viable system. Oh no! He has Knight D5, the other way to attack the bishop. I totally forgot. Alright, well at least I get something out of this. I don't really want to let him ruin my pawn structure. So, I'll compromise with you and give you the pawn back for some sort of micro tempo. Original position. Wow, Bob is here. Damn, Bob. I know where you've been, Bob. You've been bad. Guys, this is the last game, unfortunately, for today. I've got to go do things like bathe and eat. Unimportant things like that. For most chess players, bathing and eating is really secondary, but I try to keep my priorities straight. I'm like the Valentin Arbakov of the 21st century. Rarely do I have a shower. He is managing to get a little bit of fun. Have a little bit of fun. B5? You can do that? This doesn't seem fair. It seems like white should be fully developed, just about, and black still has a couple pieces at home. A3. Yikes. We do have a technical problem here. Alright, let's just remain calm. Calculation might be necessary. I don't know about this, but you're making me do something I didn't want to do. Yeah, sure, Bob. Yeah, very British sense of humor. That's funny in and of itself. Absolutely not. Maybe on the Benny Hill level somehow, you know. Bob has a little bit of Benny Hill in him. Probably. Alright, wake up. Wake up. 93. 93 and me. What the heck is going on? Again, I'm uncomfortable. It doesn't seem fair. I have more pieces developed than you. Am I going to have to sacrifice a pawn? Alright, whatever. Have the freaking pawn, man. Care about his pawns. I don't see how I have time to play a3. You know, it's just too slow in like every line. I'll just have to sacrifice that. No, there's rook a1, maybe. What am I going to do? Try to get his guy. So I lost the pawn. Good. Great. Hopefully we have some compensation, but I'm not really encouraged. Maybe I should have played rook a1 anyway. Why am I playing rook d1? It might be better to play rook a1, just in general. Sorry, Bob, we're leaving. We're not going to have time to banter with you today. Maybe on Sunday, if you can make it. It's good to see rook f8, though. I feel like, you know, now I'm quite confident in my compensation. Pretty confident with my compensation here. But not more than enough compensation. Just enough. Guess you always have that. It's pretty annoying, I have to admit. Hard to break through. Blizzard is pretty tough. I didn't realize he's as high rated as he is. He's 2255. No wonder he's so tough. You know, it's funny, like, it's probably better not to even look at your opponent's rating, honestly. You know, like, turn on the Zen mode and just not even think about it. Really, like, optimally, when you play chess, you should probably, like, not even know your opponent's name and rating. Like, don't even look at the wall chart or the whatever, you know, and see how strong your opponent is. Just play every single game like you were playing Magnus Carlsen. I think, you know, that would lead to optimal play. Or whatever, you know, level you want to play, but treat every opponent like with respect, and, you know, don't take them for granted till they start dropping pieces. Yeah, I have enough to hold probably, but that's it. Well, f6 is an aggressive move. I didn't anticipate that. Like most good moves, I failed to anticipate it. Probably I end up a pawn down, ops color, bishop endgame. Not necessarily the best place in the world, but good chances to draw? Yes. Pawn structure can't be overvalued, really. Down 2 pawns. The quality is more important than quantity. Pawn quality. Bishop c5 is fatal. Some positions. Should be a draw, I guess. I don't know. He's up 2 pawns. Yeah, what was I thinking here? Here? Am I being materialistic again? Probably a good thing. Whose bishop is better? This should be a draw. But maybe it's not so easy. Yeah, I mean, it's got back rank complications. I mean, it's like a5, rook a6, bishop b4, rook a8 check. I mean, what are you going to do? Pretty hard for black to win with that back rank problem, honestly. Like, basically impossible, isn't it? Maybe white's better. You know? White's actually better. Playing for a win. Well, I mean, he might not be lost here after g5. He lost on time. Yeah, it's still not lost. He just freaked out. Probably still a draw, but I mean, kind of tricky at that point. Yeah, man, thank you for the game. I mean, obviously, you were probably better before, but it was a complicated battle. I felt lucky just not to lose. There was weird opening. I thought I was better, but ended up just down a pawn. I'm a prince. Yeah, I tolerate Bob. I'm the only one in the world, so he loves me. He's like this puppy that won't keep coming back. That won't stop coming back. Thank you for subscribing, Martin Kessler. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. I'm going to be back on Sunday. Tomorrow's my day off, so we're going to be doing the simul stream on Sunday, 6:30 p.m. CET. I play better when I'm angry. I'm like the Incredible Hulk. I'll be back on Sunday, simul. Someone on Sound's favorite stream. Bye-bye. Take care, guys. Thanks for modding JCS. I'll see you guys on Sunday. Later.